From instant NBA legends bursting onto the scene with a bang, to insanely tragic ends of potential superstars. Today we'll discuss what happened to every number 1 pick of the 2000s era. Number 1. In the year 2000, we got an extraordinary surprise. Kenyon Martin, the number 1 pick by the New Jersey Nets. This 6'9" power forward took the NBA by storm, with his big man physique, sharp reflexes, amazing passing, and stellar rebounding. Kenyon Martin redefined the role of an ideal power forward in the NBA. His first season at the Nets earned him a spot in the all-rookie first team. He was what we call an instant success in his early years, playing a crucial role in leading the Nets to the NBA Finals in 2002 and again in 2003. With his career spanning over 15 years, he averaged 12.3 points and 6.8 rebounds. This is enough to tell you that he fulfilled both the offensive and defensive duties masterfully. Number 2. In 2001, we saw the Washington Wizards pick Kwame Brown, one of the most hyped-up talents of that year. To put his hype in perspective, can you believe he was the first player to be drafted straight out of high school? Now, most players would give up anything to learn and play with their idol, but Brown did the opposite when he got to play with Michael Jordan in his first season at the Wizards. Jordan's mentorship came at a harsh price, coupled with the extremely high expectations from the player along with strained relationships with the coaches and fellow players. Despite facing a shaky start with the Wizards, Brown was able to sustain a 12-year career in the NBA as an average defensive presence, before retiring from the Philly 76ers in the 2012-2013 season. Number 3. Now 2002 was a big year for the NBA, for we got Yao Ming. The 7'6" gigantic center was one of the tallest ever players to play in the NBA. After his championship-winning performance in 2002 with the Shanghai Sharks, he was on the hot product list of every NBA team. He made his professional debut in October 2002 with the Houston Rockets, who drafted him as the number 1 overall pick of 2002. He proved his loyalty by staying throughout his entire 9-year career as their main big man. Believe me when I say this, Ming was such an instant hit at the Rockets that he was instantly in the GOAT debate for the centers, getting compared with big men like Shaq, Hakeem, Kareem, and Ewing. In his extremely successful, yet kinda short career, he registered insane stat lines averaging 19 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks, 52.6% field goals, and a whopping 83.3% free throw percentage. He's had a very decorated career fit for these insane stat lines. He was a part of the All-Rookie First Team in 2003, NBA All-Star for 7 consecutive years from 2003 to 2009, and again in 2011. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016 for his exceptional career. If it was not for his injury-prone physique and numerous career-threatening injuries in his peak years, notably the right leg fracture in the 2006-07 season and the stress fracture in his left foot in the next year, he would have surely have had an even more majestic career. He retired from the Rockets in 2011, forever regarded among the legendary centers of the NBA. Number 4. Speaking of legendary, 2003 brought us one of the best players to ever grace the court. That's right, the number 1 overall pick was King LeBron. He was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2003 NBA Draft. He won the Rookie of the Year award that same season. With his 6'9" build, he has the perfect mix of agility, strength, and skill. He has registered numerous insane stat lines throughout his career, spanning over 21 years. With an insane career average of 27.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.3 assists in regular seasons. He is regarded as one of the best scorers of the game. He is also the prime example of big players using their immense physicality to best use. Just look at how effortless he makes his plays look. Again, regarded as one of the most decorated players to ever grace the game. He has won 4 NBA championships, 4 NBA Final MVP awards, 4 MVP awards, made it to 19 NBA All-Star teams, which is virtually every season he played, 19 times All-NBA team selection, NBA scoring champion of the 2007-2008 season. 2 Olympic gold medals, surpassed the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the all-time leading scorer of the NBA. Much has been said about this superhuman-level athlete, and plenty more can always be added. Number 5. Back in 2004, NBA media was still focused on the brilliance of LeBron James when the Orlando Magic drafted a rather unique player named Dwight Howard. Yes, the defensive center we now know as the Man of Steel. The 6'10" giant is notorious for his physical presence in the paint. His amazing rebounding, dunking, and layups have helped him register insane stat lines, including some ridiculous triple-doubles, such as in March 2008 against the Bucks, where he registered 30 points, 19 rebounds, and 10 blocks, making it a rare triple-double involving double-digit blocks. He also registered an extremely defensive triple-double, including 20 points, 22 rebounds, and 10 blocks against the 76ers back in 2012. His career spanned more than 20 years, during which he won Rookie of the Year in 2005, won his first NBA championship in 2020, was NBA Defensive Player in the Year in 3 consecutive years from 2009, 10, and 11, was selected to the NBA All-Star Team 8 times, and to the All-Defensive Team 5 times. But despite his colorful career, what truly set him apart was the 2008 NBA Slam Dunk Contest, which he won with a bang. Number 6. Next up, from 2005, we have the number 1 overall pick by the Milwaukee Bucks, Andrew Bogut. This 7-foot big man was destined for a crazy good career had it not been for his career-ending injuries in his back, wrist, hand, and elbow in successive years of his career. He made the offensive forward sweat with his insane physicality and rebounding ability. He played for the Bucks, Warriors, Mavericks, Cavaliers, and Lakers. With his career average of 9.6 points and 7.6 rebounds per game, he devastated even the best scoring players with his defensive prowess. He made the All-Rookie First Team in 2006, won the NBA Championship in 2015 with the Warriors, and made the All-Defensive Second Team the same year. After 2018-19, he went back to the NBL to have a very successful season with the Sydney Kings, where he won the NBL's Most Valuable Player along with the Best Defensive Player award. After a very successful season with the Sydney Kings, Andrew Bogut retired from professional basketball in 2020. I personally think he could have been the next Garnett or even Yao Ming had his career not been hindered by the critical injuries. Number 7. 2006 saw a player very similar to Andrew Bogut when the Toronto Raptors drafted the Italian big man Andrea Bargnani. This 7-foot power forward turned offensive center revolutionized the fate of the NBA big man mentality. His overall game focused more on the offensive side of the court, with a sharpened skill for scoring from three-pointers and less on rebounding and the defensive mindset. Some would go as far as to say that his career plan was derived from offensive big men like Dirk Nowitzki and Ryan Anderson, but his 10-year career was severely disturbed by critical injuries, including his recurring elbow injury affecting his scoring, and his hamstring injuries kept him off the court for a good number of games. He averaged 14.3 points and 4.6 rebounds per game, which effectively highlights his offensive big man status. Apart from being selected for the NBA All-Rookie First Team in 2007, he didn't boast much silverware throughout his entire career. It makes us wonder what a career he could have given his immense hype and talent wasted by careless injuries. Number 8. Following the pattern of big men in the NBA getting their careers ended by injury, we saw another prospect for a legendary defensive center, the Trailblazers' number 1 pick of 2007, Greg Oden. Another 7-foot giant terrorizing his opponents with his dominant defensive presence. But as fate would have it, shortly after being drafted, Oden underwent a microfracture surgery on his right knee, which completely knocked him out for his entire rookie season. In his short 7-year career, the Big O would register minimal stats highlighting the impact of injuries in his peak seasons. Along with Kwame Brown on this list, Greg Oden is widely considered one of the biggest busts of the NBA, often inviting the what-if questions from NBA enthusiasts. He retired from professional basketball in 2016 after another disappointing season with the Jiangsu Dragons in the Chinese Basketball Association. His selection as the first overall pick instead of Kevin Durant often incites controversial debates given the difference in both their careers and KD's immense success over Oden. Number 9. Now, 2008 followed a record number 1 pick from the Chicago Bulls. Of course, we're talking about Derrick Rose, the extremely talented point guard with a unique flair in his shooting and playmaking ability. With his 6-foot 2-inch lean frame, he was a nightmare for the defenders with his insane handling and scoring prowess. He played as the main offensive point guard for the Bulls from 2008 to 2016, before moving to the Knicks, Cavaliers, Timberwolves, Pistons, and ultimately the Memphis Grizzlies, where he is still active as a bench enforcer. He is among the most athletic point guards in the NBA. His career average of 17.7 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists per game showed just how good his scoring and playmaking is. D. Rose earned the Rookie of the Year award in 2009. He was the NBA MVP in the year 2011, highlighting his career best average of 25 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds per game. He was selected to the NBA All-Star team for 3 consecutive years from 2010 to 2012, and won the FIBA World Cup gold medal with Team USA in 2010 and 2014. Derrick Rose was one of those pivotal players who encouraged a whole generation of agile, lean players with his fiery gameplay. He is also considered the king of comebacks, as he made several impressive comebacks throughout his career despite facing harsh injuries. We can all look at his amazing performance against the Utah Jazz back in 2018, where he registered a career-high 50 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 assists, marking his insane comeback from his season-long ankle injury. Rightfully remembered as a legendary point guard, the streets will never forget his impact on the game. Number 10. Now in 2009, we got the number 1 draft from the Clippers, the dunk maestro, Blake Griffin. With his 6'9" athletic frame, he was a menace in the paint due to his springy leaping ability and a formidable offensive presence. Griffin was an instant success, earning the NBA Rookie of the Year in 2009. Griffin was what we know as a dunk festival, roaring the crowd back to life with his dynamic dunking ability. After spending the first 9 years with the Clippers, Griffin moved first to the Pistons and then settled with the Nets. His retirement announcement on 16th of April 2024 sparked a global buzz, demonstrating the immense impact of Blake Superior on the game. Starting as a dominating forward in the paint, Griffin tackled his ACL and left knee injuries and their negative impact on his gameplay by transitioning into a more versatile stretch forward, effectively improving his three-point shooting ability. His career average of 20.7 points, 8 rebounds, 4.1 assists, and 49.6% field goals convincingly tell the tale of his legendary career. By comparison, Blake Griffin can easily be regarded as one of the best number 1 draft picks of the 2000s. There you have it, folks. Now you know what happened to every number 1 pick in the 2000s. If you want more videos like this or some more NBA crazy facts, do check out our channel. Like what you see, hit subscribe, and we'll meet you with the next banger. Ciao for now.